This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. All right, so Jay-Z just won't stop. He's on a terror, okay? Hey, he can do whatever he wants, right? But I'm going to tell you, Jay-Z might be facing his own 20 versus 1 soon, because while there's a lot of people on his side with Rock Nation, he's going after a lot of people that are popping. He's going after Drake. He's going after Future now because he took a picture with Future's son. Are you like, why? You know the tension with this. Still, you do it. He knows that from the 444 album, he had a line in there. So in the future, other guys playing football with your son. Duh. Okay, that's obviously about Future. Future reacted to it and says, I approached him about it, and he was like, oh, no, it wasn't that. But no, why would you say that? Like, it's true. Why would you say? You were trying to start something, and you were in your feelings about, I think it was like the money phone thing came after that, because Future wasn't like, why are you talking about me? Jay-Z doesn't realize that, like, yeah, you might have all the power with billions and everything. Jay-Z could shut anybody down, right? Or he could cause a problem for people, right? And that's what Charlemagne keeps warning everybody about. Charlemagne's on the inside. He works for Rock Nation. The way they pay him is through book deals. But that's how a lot of people get paid, just so you know. Like, there's different ways to pay people where it's not obvious. It's not a check. It's either a donation to a charity that they funnel. These people that are really rich, they funnel a lot of money through charity, okay? Because you can pay yourself out of your charity. A lot of people don't know that you only have to use 10% of the money in your charity account for charity, for the cause. Anyways, and it's never going to go away because politicians use it too. So anyways, he does this. Charlemagne's been trying to say, I've been warning academics, you'll see what happens. But then he doesn't claim he doesn't know where it comes from. It's just, I can't believe politics has trickled into, this is the end of rap and hip hop. It'll probably take 10 years, but it's been in politics has been in music, and it always destroys a genre. It just does, because it becomes political wars. Different people have your back. Different people go for power instead of money and making creative stuff. I mean, even Kanye is kind of guilty of this, You're all these people, he's very guilty of that. What do you mean? Cardi B's guilty of it. Everybody that comes out and just has to speak their influence for any kind of politics, no matter what side you're on. It just doesn't end well, I don't care who you are, whether you're going for Democrat or Republican, and then it just gets into music and it becomes like a power struggle, and then you're taking other people down within your own genre because they don't think the way you do, and I that's why I hate politics, man. I hate it. So anyways, that's what's going on here. Jay-Z's just waging war with everybody. I don't think it's going to end the same. Like, it's not going to make as much of an impact because you're going against big dogs, Future, this person. It's just like, these people ain't really going for all that. You got Lil Wayne, even, in a sense. You could tell me, I'm bugging. Wayne was promised that NFL thing. Whether you agree he would have done it well or not, he probably would have brought Drake and Nicki with him if they were on good terms at that point. I don't even know. You don't even know if they're really on good terms. Sometimes they do these fake little like get-togethers, but you could tell like they're never doing music together or nothing, so it's very confusing. But at least they're not like dissing each other publicly. We gotta say that, right? So anyways, Jim Jones dropped the Landlord album. I checked it out because I'm going to be honest with you. He dropped an album back in 2019 that I really liked. This is the last really great piece of work that he dropped that I thought it was, Jim Jones is on I thought he had matured a lot on this album. And I said, okay, Jim Jones is going to take the lead for the next 10 years with Dipset. But then he went to go dropping garbage. The Landlord. Trash. It's not good. Call me a hater. The numbers don't lie. Nobody wants to listen to this. So, anyways, Jim Jones drops this. It's not really doing well. He tried to redo some song with Fetty Wap. That was garbage. It was just, Fetty, stay away from this, bro. This is not good for your music career in the future, okay? Everybody stay away from this. A bunch of garbage is being made. And it's actually going to be, like, make people question, like, is this person over? Like, Jim Jones is always going to be a hustler. I saw Cameron making fun of him recently. Jim Jones did this interview with somebody, and, like, they were like, oh, so you're selling Dipset merch? He's like, oh, wish somebody would. Cameron was like, he can't stand still. Anytime my name comes up, I wish somebody would tell me I can't sell Dipset merch. He's like, whoa, this guy's out of his mind. Like, nobody ever told him he can't sell Dipset merch. Or, they'll mention Cameron in a show setting, and he'll be like, oh, I wish he was. He's right. Jim Jones hates Cameron has to realize Jim Jones hates you, bro. He's hated you since 2006. Hates you. Because he thinks he should be the one that has your career. Somehow. After he got ballin', he went to his head. Same thing happened to Meek Mill, man. When he got on after Rick Ross, he thought it should be him. So anyways, that's going on. And then, Cameron basically said, like, hey, listen, the whole thing with the Versus thing, when he posted it, he said, let's reach out to Swiss Beats. It's like, bro, you ain't learned nothing. We can rent the Apollo ourselves and do it and make way more money than they would pay us. He's right. Jim Jones is a hustler, but he doesn't think things through thoroughly. And that's a problem. Because you can waste a lot of money and time where something just doesn't come to fruition because you haven't thought it through. All right, so we got Rick Ross. He had a successful car show yesterday. Made his money. The promised land will go on for another year. The jet thing, obviously Uncle Murder's going to respond because, he's on private jets. He's on commercial flights. He's with 50. They fly private. They rent jets. It's cheaper to rent. Believe it or not, it is cheaper to rent jets than it is to own a jet. You don't have the overhead. It's on the company now. You don't have to worry about fixing the jet, do this now, do that. People own jets as a flex. You own a jet if you're a billionaire, okay? The real reason Drake has the jet he has, he's sponsored by cargo. Otherwise, he would have a smaller jet. He has a huge jet. All he has to do is pay for the fuel, I think. He doesn't have to pay for the upkeep of the jet or all that other stuff. Cargo jet handles that. It's promotion for them. It's like they're like, okay, we'll sponsor you. We're not going to pay you. We'll just let you use this jet. Okay. Yeah, I think that's like pretty smart. Like Mayweather could have done that with something. He could have had somebody else's name wrapped on the jet. These guys are so famous. Like, utilize your celebrity. Do something with Delta or something. I don't know. Somebody will do something with you. Take an old Delta jet and make it your own, Like, not a big one. You could do one of those small little jets. They have those, I don't know. These people you got to be smarter, man. Why would you want to have that expense? Nicki Minaj shows that she's still with Kenneth Petty, her husband when Vlad said that they weren't together. A$AP Rocky and 50 Cent celebrate the Knicks winning. New York burned down. Well, they burned. They burned up a lot of stuff last night. Okay. Knicks win. Let's see. All right. So there were fires last night. They went crazy last night. Now listen, I'm not into sports. All right. I'm not going to be some fake sports fan. Am I happy the Knicks won? Well, I am from New York, so yeah, sure, yeah, okay. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've supported the Knicks for 35 years, okay? I did when I was a kid. I'm not into sports, so I don't. But look, they won. Salute to the Knicks, bro. But they burned, they burned that city up and destroyed a lot of cars last night. But as they do in a lot of cities. I never understood that, why when people win, they destroy the cars in the street and everything. You would think it would be the opposite, where the team that lost. So Trap Lord Ross does one of his documentaries, and he tries to paint Drake as if he's in a gang. Now, Drake is, I always say, Drake is affiliated with G-Way Gang. I know who that is. I've dealt with them before, okay? Loosely. But I had the cops like pulled me over. They took pictures of me just because I was around them. I didn't realize how dangerous they were until they tried to extort me. Okay? Now, they didn't fully get to execute their extortion because the cops came in and pulled me over and almost arrested me just for doing a video for them. They told me they weren't going to pay me what they were going to pay me. I told you the story, right? And then the cops told me to get on the highway and never come back to Canada. And I left. Because that was my exit. I said, these guys are hot out here. This was back in 2007, I think. So later, I find out that Drake's got these guys around him. One of them called me while they were with Drake, and they said, oh, you got us. You're one of the few people that were able to escape. Okay, it was a joke. I didn't care. It's hip-hop. But what Trap Lord Ross doesn't know is that every rapper is affiliated with gang members. That's big. Fat Joe, he tries to paint like he's a dangerous one. No, he keeps dangerous people around him. Fabulous. For years, his crew was robbing people. Okay? It's true. If you dig into this with any rapper, you're going to find gang affiliates. Anybody that's big, you're going to find this. Unless it's even Kendrick Lamar. You're going to find gang members around them that are dangerous, okay? And once in a while, they'll shout them out. So this is a stupid documentary. I don't know why people listen to Trap Lord. He's a kid from Britain with a bowl haircut, with beady glasses. Some of his stuff is cool, but like, listen, this ain't Little Durk documentary where Little Durk was out here doing drills with everybody else and getting arrested, okay? You're painting a false picture of everything. 50 Cent had killers around him, okay? But he was smart enough to insulate himself. Plus, there was nobody doing documentaries like this, like Trap Lord Ross. 50 Cent got real security after he got on. But, listen, there were always gang members around. Probably still are. Academics reacted funny. He said, am I in a gang now because I have an OVO chain? It's true. It's not a gang, okay? It's not G-Way. We're talking about he reps OVO. He shouts out G-Way. Just as Kendrick Lamar shouts out the Bloods and Crips. It's like Trap Lord Ross is doing too much, man. Anyways, this is Jordan Tao with JT News. I would say the same thing if you did a documentary on Kendrick, Fat Joe. You're just doing too much. The streets, the way hip-hop worked, the street guys had the money first. Rappers wanted to be like the street guys. Then the roles reversed as years went on, right? People started getting money with rap. And then the streets wanted to be attached to the rappers. Plus, the rappers needed protection. Rakim famously always kept street guys with him from Brooklyn. Ben, Killer Ben. I think Killer Ben was always around Rockham. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I had to take a break last night, but obviously it's the weekend, so taking it easy. There wasn't a lot of news. Anyways, I'll check you guys later. Thank you for watching. I love you all, and I appreciate you all, and please continue to support.